Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday. I can't believe we're halfway through the week again and we're right on our second Foxy Teardown live with you. And we've actually got a couple of questions this morning, Dylan, from our members in the group, which I'm really excited about.
Amazing, amazing.
Shall I hit you with the first question?
Let's go, let's go, let's do
It's not hit
it.
you, but no violence here. So our first question is from Angela Hopper, and she's running events. Now, Angela is in that health and fitness space and she does yoga. So that's about as much as I can share with you right now. And she wants to know how to get more people interested in her free event. So she had a free event last weekend. Um, we had last weekend, but they will be doing another one. So she wants more people to show up to her event. So I've got some free strategy options, but perhaps your expertise is more in the paid arena because I can't run ads at the moment. I've been barred by Facebook, by Meta. So I'm going to hand this over to you.
No worries, Gina. That's awesome. Okay, okay. Right. So for paid options, we've got quite a few paid options that you can do, right? So the number one, you can definitely have a look at a boosted Instagram event post to the right audience. It has to obviously be to the right audience, which you can target by just a few selections when you actually set up the ad itself. And I would recommend that you generally boost your best performing post. So, make sure it's like a one that's got quite a bit of engagement already, something like quite a bit of engagement. I mean, more than 30 likes or more than 20 likes at least, and a couple of comments. Doesn't have to be more than five, really. This will just help with the algorithms picking you up and making sure that you are visible and your reach is uncapped. Because often, if you share or boost a post that is doesn't have much engagement, it does cap your limitations a little bit. And then I would strongly recommend coming back to your targeting is just target local radius if it's an in-person event. If it's virtual, obviously your reach is a lot more broader. And but I would definitely say look at your local radius on how far people can travel into, and then make sure that the interests are, their interests are relevant to your event. So make sure that that is set up in your targeting as well. Run it for 5 to 7 days leading up, and then just a small reminder 28 to 48 hours before. This will strongly help your ad performance or your boost performance as well. Then, as a paid option strategy number two, I would say, do a small prize giveaway, a door prize or something that's maybe a little bit physical, like a small hamper of $25 or £25. This would strongly help you get people in the door as well. It's almost like a direct mail campaign in the marketing world where people can send out physical books or special workshop invites or ticket invites that, feel a little bit more premium, but because it's physical, people value a little bit more as well. And, people respond to a fun, very low cost incentive always, always. And make sure that this is very much you attend live, and if you can enter to win a hamper or whatever it is, like give away something at the event that people can come to and also see. This will help create that excitement, that buzz, and that energy that you are looking for. Or another smart way is to fill your room easily is allow them to bring a friend to the event as well. So if you've got a mom that's got her own little network that she does walking with every day, she may be able to bring you another two or three extra people for you to have at your event, which will ultimately change everything about your event, especially if you are selling at your events.
Great, some great tips there, Dylan. I'm going to add a couple of my own too, if I may.
Absolutely, Gina. What you got for
Okay.
us?
Um, so you did an event last weekend, so hopefully you've got some photos or some little video clips of that event that you ran last weekend, and you can certainly use those for promoting your next event. So maybe creating some short form videos from those images and short video clips that you've got. We're doing our we've got another event coming up. Make sure you're specific in knowing in who you say it's for. In fact, this is something that we really want to hone in on anything when we're promoting is are we talking to our ideal client, the person we want to attract in? So a lot of this comes back to knowing who our avatar is, who our customer is, and we do a lot of deep dive into that when we work with people, with our clients, right? So the better you know your client, the easier it is going to be to target them when we are promoting any events that we have. Let people know what happens at your event as well. Let them give them 2 or 3 outcomes that they are going to get from attending your event. And always when you're posting on social media, make sure you've got a call to action, and that call to action is a comment in the post. So comment on the post a specific word like information, or choose your word. And we've used words like retreat, we've used words like flourish, we've used words like connect. So anything that's relevant to your event, and get them to comment on those posts when you're using more organic forms of promoting your event. And that means that you start to then get engagement, and we know that the more people engage on posts, that the wider those posts will be put out to our audience, or to the public. We never want to put links in our posts, because that will affect algorithm. So anything with a link in it gets slowed down, the reach gets reduced. So always comment and then send the link privately is my recommendation for that. So that's one idea. Another one is, if you've had people come to that event in the past, you've got your own kind of following. When you start to get those raving fans, those people that you've worked with, maybe they will be happy to promote the event for you on your behalf as well. I've had this with past events where people have promoted that event on my behalf, and if you can make it simple for them to do that by giving them a couple of sentences that they can use to repost, like, I'm going to be doing this event on time day, or Angela's going to be running this great event on time and the date. If you want to benefit, or if you want to feel what's the outcome, use one of those outcomes in there, then come with me. Let me know if you want the link. And if it's a paid event, you can also offer that person, if they're bringing somebody, maybe a discount or a commission on that, so that you're getting extra people in the room, but you're giving a little bit back in return as well. So that makes it easy for people to share on your behalf. Have you got anything else to add, Dylan? Any other ideas?
No, I'm just thinking actually, like you really did touched on a really good point there, is have other people promote it. I mean, that's always a big part of something that I love as well. There's just so much power in having that support and that energy driven towards your business, and you know you can always return that favor as well. So it definitely builds a stronger relationship, and 9 times out of 10, those become so much more profitable in a much larger scale as well for most businesses, that it's really an untapped traffic source.
Yeah, it is, and I've seen it work really powerfully with with events that I've run in the past, but also with other people online as well. So there is a somebody who I can think of who does this really, really well. And she is quite a well-known coach in the UK. So, and she has a lot of people that go out and promote on her behalf. The other thing as well is creating that. One of the other things that I think that a lot of people worry about when they are promoting is that they're promoting too much. They feel like they're sharing their message too often, and that's something that we need to overcome, because most social platforms only give that put that content out in front of a very small number of people to test it before it gets spread or shared wider. So the algorithms will only kick in if that small percentage, and I think it's something like about 20 to 30% of your audience. So if you only have a small audience, that's a very small number that could be seeing it. So the more you post, the more frequently you post, then the more likely that you will be seen by a wider audience from you. So switch it up a little bit, try different approaches to your promotion to see which ones get the most traction.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that.
Cool. Shall we go on to our next question?
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay, let's get it. Let me just go and grab it. So our next one is from Ian Phillips. So Ian, it looks like, is setting up a new business. His new business is in saddlery, which it feels like that's an equestrian kind of business. So he is setting up a company called the Saddle Fitter. He's doing all the SEO and content right now. And he's got a brand new domain, so it's not ranking yet. And he's keen to hear of any ideas to get this flying, especially with AI.
All
It's
right.
such
Okay.
a you question.
A me question.
You love the AI.
I do, I do. One of I'll drop it tomorrow, but I did a fun little caricature of myself yesterday, which was, just simple prompts, and I'll share this with you guys tomorrow. So be on the lookout for it. But yeah, I was quite
I,
surprised at how well it actually pulled this together. I didn't expect it to do that just off such a simple prompt. But yeah, and
I did one this morning.
you did
I,
one as
I
well.
did a photo of me with my glasses on my head, and I omitted to say, don't, remove the glasses. So now I have this image with my sunglasses on my head, and it looks ridiculous.
Oh goodness, I love that. I love that. Well, I have to see that because like I haven't seen that yet. So you need to show me, Gina. Yeah.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah, yeah, I'm actually quite proud of mine. So I think I definitely happily show you. But yeah, I'm gonna drop that in the group tomorrow, and everybody can have a little bit
Excellent.
of fun with the prompt, and just it would be interesting to see. One thing I would love for you guys to do before we jump into this question is tomorrow when that drops, I would love to see everybody's version of their character. I think it would just be really awesome just to see what ChatGPT thinks of you and how much you've taught ChatGPT about what you do. This is one of the things about AI. Because it's now got a memory, it pulls on all of your previous conversations and understands a lot more about you than whatever you feed it is helping you grow, and this is essentially what gives you the best ideas and best customization for your business and your marketing strategies as well. So
Absolutely. I've been asking it to search previous content that I've written loads of for a long, long time now, and it's surprising how much it does remember. Sometimes it does trip up a little bit, doesn't it?
yes, absolutely it does, and it spits out some really weird things still even today. But hey, it is getting better, and I know that the AI that's coming out in the next year is going to be insane. So,
Mm.
um, and they're also launching, ads. So just like running ads on Meta or running any paid traffic on Google, you can now also run ads on ChatGPT. So
Oh,
yeah, so
that's a
this
conversation we need to have.
absolutely, and that's going to also work wonders for somebody like Ian who is busy launching this new website and wants to rank on SEO because if we can get this listed on it on ChatGPT and most LLMs, then it would be a game changer for all of the content because I suspect, I have a sneaky suspicion that it's going to prioritize people's paid traffic over the organic traffic, so to speak, inside
Mm.
ChatGPT. And that's the way that they'll monetize that. But with, with AI's user count just increasing day by day, I think it's got an incredible user count compared to
That's
Google.
going to be hugely powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, your reach is going to be so much more than what Meta can offer, as well as any other platform. So, it's going to be a game changer for a lot of small businesses, and I think a lot of big organizations will tap into it quickly. So, if you are wanting to pivot in your business, definitely keep an eye out on how to run ads on ChatGPT.
That'll bring me back into the game.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, all right, so let's get into Ian's question. Okay, so specifically, I think what we can do here is I'll go through some of the more obvious ones, and then we can just chat about some of the AI additions that we can do to help rank better with SEO. So, well, obvious ones, I say, really likely because that's more, yeah, sometimes I forget.
And
Some
these are
people don't know.
probably these are probably some of the things that Ian's doing already because I know that he
Yeah.
is he's quite into SEO and he has quite a good knowledge bank on how to tap into SEO and optimize it. So but the thing we don't know is exactly what that, I mean, obviously from we can assume from the fact that his business is called the saddle fitter that it's all about fitting saddles. Obviously if we were, and it's the same with both of these questions, if we were on a one-to-one call with either Angela or Ian, we would be very much more able to give specific answers related to their situations because we'd be able to ask questions and get more information from them. So
Yeah.
these are very, very broad ideas that we're sharing on these calls, right?
That's true. That's true. And the questions on well underneath these, once the actual videos dropped on our on the community, please do feel free to ask more questions. Have a little bit of a scratch at what we've said on the call. Like let's go back and forth and let's see how we can get you some tangible results because growth is the name of the game, and we want to help you guys grow as much as possible. So if that's something that we can do and you have specific questions just around what do I think of this or what do we think of that or what can I do better here, like please do ask these questions because they will help you in the long run. And that's what we're here for. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into it, Gina.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Uh, but yeah, cool. All right, so let's go. Let's go. So I'm probably gonna say the local and more service intent searches are probably going to be where the money is. And this is, making sure that you immediately are ranking for the obvious stuff where it's more local than anything else. So, for example, you're ranking for your keywords around saddle fit near me, saddle fitting, yeah, UK or something like that. Even horse saddle fitting consultations. I think that's kind of what I picked up on the site as well. So definitely have a look at ranking for these local keywords and stuff that's local quite quickly. Make sure your Google profile is really built out eh, quite robustly. And but by that, I would say make sure your services are up there listed. Make sure that your service areas are also listed as well as your booking link. Chuck a bunch of photos on there. FAQs. FAQs, I'm going to touch on lightly here, but we'll come back to those because those are going to be vital to have on your website for any LLM to learn from what your site does and how you help people. Um, and then make sure that there's definitely a dedicated service page that you can have on your website as well, which I think you do already. It's just got the drop down. Um, yeah, and then each one goes into sort of yeah, perfect. All right, so you've got that already. Just making sure because I did see that earlier. But yeah, so I would say a service page is definitely required. This will help you with all of your keywords and your search words that you are looking for as well. And then I would definitely say, I don't know if you've already done this, but have a look at creating a few smaller sites. Even if it's a blog or something like that, and then just getting them to list in different areas and then using the backlinks to sort of drive traffic back to this. And you could do this with a few things. I think there's an opportunity on the backlinks to either get it paid to have it done for you to speed up time. But if you want to do it yourself, you can absolutely do it yourself, where you can, list or create a couple of short websites just with ChatGPT and maybe something that is WordPress as well. You could just pop up like one pages that tie or feedback stuff back to your website, or reference parts of your website inside those ones. Even like a blog or what a blog would have done a few years ago, essentially, that would be key to help you getting some really good, strong backlinks for your SEO as well. And then part two of this, I would say, just in the copy, make sure you've got the problem quite visible, on what people struggle with, other people, other businesses that they've had challenges with, or why does your customer want to come to you instead of Joe Soap down the road? And make sure that you've got a clear diagnosis in your copy, because this will help any LLM understand what problems you solve, how you solve them, and actually what solution is, well, what is the benefit to your client. So this will help rank faster than any of your generic stuff that you are putting out there. This doesn't need to be directly on your site if you don't want it to, but having those blogs or mini sites, this is where you can kind of really deep dive into, pain points and, all sorts of issues. And instead of going too broad on the articles as well, just have pain points. So saddle slipping to one side, here's your causes, fixes, white hairs under the saddle. What does that mean? So you could have a look at going quite deep into those. And then each page should definitely have a symptoms checklist, common causes, what a fitter checks, what you check, what not to do. So you're almost creating education around the problem and then using your business and your website to actually solve that problem. That is the solution that you provide. And that is going to help you rank in any search a lot quicker. So
Oh, Dylan, I've lost you. Ooh. Dylan, I think that your mic's gone.
sorry, I lost you. Yeah, these damn earphones, they just turn off whenever they feel like. I need to really get some new ones before the challenge as well. I will do that. That's going to be a priority today. Right. And then number three is making your site AI discoverable. So LLMs and Google AI overviews. Overviews are crazy. AI overviews are crazy at the moment. And I don't know about you, Gina, but when I search for something, the AI overview is actually, it solves the problem for me. I kind of have an idea on how to solve that. And that's, if you don't know what that is the little paragraph that pops up above all your searches and then highlights quite specifically what the problem or the solution is, right? And this is your Google AI overview. And this is a key to how you can rank on most LLMs because,
Can I just ask, right?
yeah,
Because I'm sure that Ian is going to know what LLM is, but there's possibly people in the group that are watching that don't know what LLM is, and that is and what it is and what it does. So maybe we should just touch on that briefly as well.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So LLM stands for large language model. And this is the type of AI behind the tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and mostly, you know, all of these AI platforms they are essentially chatbots. They're not real AI. Like if we really saw real AI, I'm pretty sure we would be, recreating the Terminator movie in real life. But I think, with the chatbots that are out there, so Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, these are all essentially chatbots who are trained on language models and basically fed the knowledge of the internet, and that's how it learns. And you'll always find ChatGPT is relevant to a point, but there's like a 2 year missing knowledge. It can't feed you current up-to-date news as well as what it could give you something that's happened 4 years ago. So and in Ian's SEO context, LLM is usually comes up in two ways. So using an LLM as a tool will help you write and repurpose your content a lot faster. So you could now put a site out into the world, within a day quite easily. And there's quite a few done for you site builders that you could just literally give a prompt to, and it'll automatically go push out a pretty really good looking site, quite easily. But we'll come to that. So, and then getting found inside LLM answers is when people are asking ChatGPT, Claude, who's a good saddle fitter near me? Which depends on obviously very clear site info, strong local signs, Google business profiles, reviews, FAQs again, and then any credible mentions and links. Those are the backlinks to those many sites that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Um,
Awesome.
Cool, cool. It's a bit of a lot to get your mind around, but once you can understand more of the building blocks, then it becomes a little bit easier just for, how the flow works, I guess, like anything that's sort of new. And Gina, one thing I would probably say Ian really does need to do is look at getting authority a little bit faster with some partnerships. If there's a local riding school, the vets, the physios, the farriers, these types of businesses would almost, definitely look at partnering up with Ian in some way where even if it was just having their logo or a trusted partner part on the site, having a look and putting their logos on them, and then using those logos and images for branding, as well as basically borrowing authority, if you like. So, maybe the local vets would like a little bit more reach, and all they need to do is give Ian the logo, and Ian can say, "I'm a trusted partner of so and so vet. I take all of my horses there, or all of my animals go there as well." And you don't even need to say that on your site, obviously, but
They could even do like a joint event, couldn't they? So
yeah,
maybe around a saddle check day, because I would imagine an ill-fitting saddle would not only be uncomfortable for a rider, but it would probably cause some symptoms for the horse as well.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that'll create a lot of traction because Ian gets to borrow the authority and the visitors that are their customer base, and have them see his website as well when they are searching him. So, it may not pop up directly when people search the vets, but it will pop up, at least second or third if you can get the keywords right. On that search, and people will see, oh well, I also have horses,
Mm.
this is something that popped up. And then if the vet can, display Ian's logo on their website as a trusted fitter or partner, then that's a win-win for both businesses. And a lot of people in small communities really do need this, especially in the brick and mortar space where, you know, little towns have businesses that need local support and they struggle without it. And this is where I think more of that collaboration can really help drive both revenues of both businesses.
And I would imagine that the business that Ian's going into as well is going to be quite a tight knit community. So a lot of horse owners will recommend and refer. So again, building good reviews, and getting that unique, customer experience that he's going to get with working with each different company, each different horse and horse owner. So capturing when he's doing that work, capturing, making sure he's capturing images, before and afters, that kind of thing, when he's out on those and turning those reviews into on-site testimonials is going to help as well.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because one thing about the ChatGPT and all your models, your AI models, they will definitely want more reviews. And people, if they can leave you reviews, then it just strengthens your credibility overall. But it would help with recommending people to, well, AI recommending you to more people out there as well. And there's some companies that have quite just a little bit to start with. Obviously it being a new company, that's expected, but just if you can get one or two on there at least, then that will definitely help, especially if they are Google reviews.
Yeah, and case studies are massive as well at the moment. So that they often convert much better than blogs, and they can rank longer tail. So you could have a simple template for a case study. Could be, what's the issue that you've gone along to solve.
Mhm.
How does that appear from the not only the horses, from the context of the horse, but the rider as well. So the different symptoms that each are experiencing, and then how he goes about checking, um, uh, what the problem is, and how and what he changes. So what does he check, what does he change, and what's the result following that. And if you can do that with a series of photos as well, and then add a call to action at the bottom of that, all on a the case studies are usually over 2 or 3 pages, and they are really they're more powerful definitely than reviews and blogs and recommendations. So case studies is a huge one to think about too.
I love that idea. Yeah, 100%. I would strongly agree there as well. And I think one thing that Ian can also do here as well is I don't know if he already is thinking about this, but have a look at using a lead magnet to capture demand, obviously while rankings are growing, because it's going to be a little bit of slow approach compared to something like paid or something that's more speed led. But obviously new domains will take some time to warm up and start getting and going in the right direction. But have a look at having a lead magnet where you can give something of value away, where it could be, a saddle fit self checklist. So what are the things that I need to check when I'm fitting the saddle correctly for any rider? And you can really put a nice hook on that where, it could be all about the horse and the horse's comfort because what happens is people who are horse owners or animal owners, they always, have a very soft spot for all the animals that they have around them all the time. And to make sure that those they are more comfortable than, often not what we are ourselves or the human is, it is a great target spot to hit. So definitely have a look at creating a lead magnet on that. And you can, throw in some common signs as to what to look out for, some myths and what happens in a fitting, and again, to Gina's point, a little case study, and then have a booking link. So have a call to action on the end of that case study or on the end of that lead magnet, because that's how people will find you, how people will get in touch with you a lot quicker than, what it is to, hey, I'm going to Google you and, maybe I'm out at the moment, but I like the lead magnet. I'll give you my email address. We'll, download it, and then I don't come back to the site at the end of the day because I forgot, but I open up the download, and then the download takes me back to your page or your booking link, so we can have a conversation with you as well. Gina, do you want me to do a bit of a paid as a bridge kind of thing? Maybe as just as an
Uh,
option.
yeah, go on, let's wrap it up with that.
All right. Okay. Perfect. Okay. No, yeah, time as well. All right. Yeah, while obviously SEO is ramping up, you definitely want to have a look at some Google search ads, targeting saddle fitter and the area that you're in, and just making sure that saddle fitter near me is what people are, what you're running those ads for. So just a Google search ad would be absolutely fine. This is, the strategy behind this, you would like to definitely send them to a dedicated booking page with obviously FAQs, and make sure that there's a bit of a trust association to that. So create that trust through a case study or a story or a partnership banner, something that you have that can, make sure that, well, make them feel that you are the leading authority in that space. If you have pricing that you want to share up front, you can do so on this method as well. And then obviously just like a travel policy if you do, uh, yeah, call outs or anything like that, that you go to the local farms or anything like that. So, and the ad strategy behind this doesn't have to be expensive. I would say you could probably get away with £5 to £15 a day, just in the right radius, and you with the right data, you can really create some strong leads that'll come to your business and get some of that traffic sped up a little bit. That's it for
Amazing.
me.
There's a lot there that we've covered this morning, but also some of it, again, as I said, if you, I'm going to put our own call to action in here, just thinking about everything that we've shared this morning, this advice, and we ought to take it ourselves as well. So, if you want us to get more in depth on and specific to your pain points, to your challenges that you're having at the moment. Obviously, we can go so far with answering your questions on these lives, but they are definitely more generic responses as opposed to being very much structured to you and your situation, although we do our best with the little information we have that we're given. But if you do want a more detailed, in-depth conversation with us, then pop one of us a message, either Dylan or myself, and we will be happy to jump on a call with you and do a consultation.
Absolutely. I love those because, and we will ask you definitely to probably fill out a little application, or just a questionnaire really, just to give us some more insight as to what you're looking for on the call, but also really where we can dig down and focus on that pain points that you have within your business, because that'll give us more insight and more time on the call to really diagnose and solve the problem with you and make sure that you have the best outcome. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So I'm also thinking, along the lines of whenever I coach with people, it's like one focus, one strategy, right? And so what we've done here is we've given lots of different strategies. So it may even feel a little bit overwhelming for you right now. So maybe that having that conversation with us will help us to clarify which are the steps that you need to focus on right now to get the results you're looking for.
absolutely, absolutely. This has again been another awesome Foxy Teardown.
It has, hasn't it? Love it. Do we wrap it up there then for this week?
Absolutely. Let's yeah. Thanks, Gina. This has been great.
No, thank you. And thank you for your questions. Look out for next week's post, and we will be back next Wednesday at 10, either to answer your questions or, as we did last week, just to chat in general about marketing. Either way, we'll be here at the same time next week. Take care. Have a good week, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.